Hello everyone, it's me, JuanGamer54, back in another video, and today, you might as well call me Speed. You might as well call me Sonic, because we're back at it again, and we're going to be reacting to the newest FNAF video that literally just came out while I was at work. Like, literally, I was checking my phone, and boom, there it was, and I was like, alright. We gotta do this again, aren't we, MatPat? But yes, we're here. Guys, I cannot tell you how grateful I am for the last video. The Paw Patrol video got so much attention in just a short amount of time, so I really appreciate it. I don't want to continue on with the whole thing because this is a 20-minute video, and I ain't trying to have this video get cut up to a two-parter. No one wants a two-parter because of my poo-poo device. So, I'll shut up now. Let's get to the video, shall we? No, come on!
Would you look at that? Nearly 4 months without a single FNAF episode. Feels like it's a brand new day for the channel. There have been so many new games, new meta theories, even some classic episodes thrown in.
Surprise!
I'm happy, I'm healthy. Life is...
MatPat, don't open those glasses.
Now, time to relax.
Don't open those eyes. Oh no, it's Felix! Oh!
Hello, Internet. Welcome.
Dang. Felix the shark, why you gotta do MatPat like that? Why you gotta chop him up like he's a biscuit? No.
To Game Theory, the show where old habits and old animatronics die hard. Today we're talking about the 12th and final installment of the Fazbear Frights book series, Felix the Shark. That's right, friends, the final book.
About time.
Until the next 3 come out later this year.
Yep. Oh, trust me, I have lots to say about this one. And nothing bad, but, you know, I have my, let's just say there is something in the works for the Tales of the Pizzaplex, but that's another time. I'll tell you guys another day.
Anyway, let's not think about that and instead focus on Felix. Now, this final book is special. Just like all the others, it too is a collection of 3 short, spooky stories vaguely connected to the wider FNAF lore. But where this one is different is that it's meant to be a collection of cut stories. As the official description reads, quote, stories that didn't make the cut for the first 11 books. Which, okay, they didn't appear in numbers 1 through 11, but still, they wound up getting published anyway as the 12th one. Is that such a big deal? In fact, because they're last, they're probably in the most important position of any of the stories. And while you might assume that they were cut because they were weaker or lesser than the 33 other Fazbear Frights that were produced, it's not really true. You cut the story about an animatronic shark, but you kept the one where a boy turns into a traffic sign. You cut girl solves dead body shove.
Really? For those who haven't read the Fazbear Frights or, you know, are still following along like I'm reading the read-throughs on my second channel, yeah, these are spoilers.
Into animatronic suit mystery, but kept tiny guppy bodies. You cut a security guard named Mike going around collecting haunted FNAF memorabilia, and yet kept Fazgoo. The truth is...
Exactly, you kept Fazgoo. There is no excuse for the scraps.
Know why these were cut. It could have been a quality thing, it could have been that they confused the lore, or maybe, just maybe, it could have been that they were intentionally designed to set up secret puzzles that we were meant to solve, and those puzzles never got fully realized. Spoiler alert, I think it might have been that last one. I believe that Scott was planning to use this final book as a launching point.
Okay, I know I'm pausing a lot, but before we continue, I want to say happy belated birthday for Scott Coffin. His birthday was literally, I think, yesterday. Yeah, there was a lot of posts saying that today was Scott Coffin's birthday, and by the time I checked, I missed the party. I missed it. So, Scott Coffin, happy birthday to you, my boy. Thank you for bringing FNAF here to the world. Keep doing you, man. You king, you.
Start of a real-world treasure hunt that would have required using the books, the games, even stuff like the coloring book in order to crack.
Excuse me?
This was a riddle so far-reaching and so complex, it would have required the cooperation of FNAF theorists from across the globe. Today, I'm going to explain the clues that led me to this conclusion, but more importantly, I'm going to ask you for your help. You see, while I'm reasonably confident this thing was never finished, I'm not sure. I can't be sure unless you all double-check for me. A few years ago, I asked for all your help in solving the security security logbook, and a day later we discovered the name of Cassidy. Today, I'm gonna ask you for something similar. I'm gonna take you on a journey through some weird corners of FNAF lore, some loose threads that I see in this new book, and then I'm gonna ask you for the favor. I need you to help me either solve this thing once and for all, or debunk it. And who knows, maybe this is the push that we need to get the next major answer to the game's lore. But
alright, there you guys go. We're gonna solve this. Alright, so MadPad, you got me intrigued. I'm tag me in, coach. Tag me in.
Before you help me with the lore, I was wondering if you'd help me in another way. It's time for
my
collection of theoryware.
Alright guys, I had to skip through a little bit because, you know, advertisement for theoryware. If you want to see what the new theoryware is, go check out the original video at MadPad's channel, Game Theory. Or I might just leave it in the, I might leave the video link to in the description. But right now we gotta do this.
To unwrap the secret FNAF ARG, let's start by breaking down the stories in Felix the Shark, shall we? The final story, You're the Band, is probably the most obviously related to existing FNAF lore. In it, a small boy named Timmy becomes obsessed with everyone's favorite pizza murder franchise, Freddy Fazbear's. His mother finds him a strange Freddy mask on the internet and gives it to him for his birthday. After putting it on, Timmy starts to change. He doesn't like the things he used to, he becomes moody and aggressive, he even yells about protecting the others when Granddad walks towards him with a knife.
Oh, come on! Why is the ads are attacking me while I'm trying to do a video, man? Anyways.
Led to an abandoned Freddy Fazbear's building by a shadowy figure. The whole thing gives off some very solid Midnight Motorist vibes. In order to rescue him, his mother teams up with a former Freddy's security guard named Mike. Turns out the Freddy mask was possessed by one of the children from the original Fazbear murders. When Timmy put on the mask, the spirit transferred into his body, which allowed it to control him. When Mike and Timmy's mom arrive at the restaurant, Timmy is on stage in Freddy's position, performing alongside Bonnie and Chica. After getting attacked by the puppet, Mike manages to put the mask back onto Timmy, which captures the spirit. He then
I didn't expect the jump scare. That actually got me jumped back. I wasn't expecting it.
Puts the mask back onto the original Freddy head, getting the spirit back to where it belongs. Now, I gotta admit, I got really excited when I read the story. We've suspected for a while that FNAF 1 security guard Mike Schmidt was really Michael Afton going from location to location to undo the evils of his father, William. That's why we play as Mike through pretty much every installment of the series up through Ultimate Custom Night. It's why Mike's name appears in Sister Location, why Fazbear Frights burns down in FNAF 3, and why the security guard in FNAF 2 is fired for tampering with animatronics and odor, just like Mike was in FNAF 1. Up till now, that theory's never been confirmed, but this story seems to be strong evidence for exactly that idea. A security guard named Mike going around collecting the old artifacts from Freddy locations in order to help free the spirits of those trapped within. So that was already pretty cool and totally made reading this book worthwhile. Anytime we can get more evidence to support a theory within the franchise, absolutely worth it. But while You're the Band was explicitly lore heavy, the other two stories were equally fascinating, but for different reasons. There were details that felt odd or out of place, and comments from characters that seemed oddly specific in a way that just triggered my lore hunting senses. In the title story, Felix the Shark, we follow a young man named Dirk who's reminiscing with his friends about their shared experiences with Freddy Fazbear. However, Dirk's memory is slightly different to everyone else's. He's convinced that there was an extra animatronic, a shark named Felix. When his friends make fun of him, Dirk sets off on a cross-country quest to prove that he's not crazy. It takes him 6 months.
Really? This guy really went? This guy really went for it? Oh, jeez. He really wanted to prove himself.
But Dirk eventually does learn the truth. It turns out Felix was made by the owner of one very specific Freddy Fazbear's after his son tragically drowned. Why would that lead him to a shark animatronic? Because it was a shark that actually pushed the body back to shore. Couldn't make this stuff up if I tried. Eventually, Dirk does manage to locate Felix. The whole FNAF pizzeria is hidden inside an abandoned water park. But the weird part isn't the where, but rather the how of finding Felix. You see, Dirk is only able to find the pizzeria using a series of clues that are found in a random novel written by the creator's daughter. In-universe, Felix's creator also had a daughter who grew up to become a popular author. And in one of her books, The Dogged Dogmatist, she hides a series of clues in plain sight within the book's dialogue. These clues ultimately prove meaningless to the characters in the book because they weren't meant for the characters. They were instead meant for the readers, to give them information they needed to find Felix. It is very weird. Anyway.
What? Okay.
Dirk figures all of this out and confronts the author. She gives him her butterfly necklace, and he uses all of this Indiana Jones style to unlock a secret key hidden in the bottom of an empty pool at the water park. The key unlocks the path to the secret Freddy's, where Dirk finally finds Felix. And then Dirk dies by climbing into the tank with Felix, because these characters always have to die in the stories. It's dumb, but, you know, so be it. Anyway,
really?
You see what's so weird about all this, right? Out of nowhere, this story is talking about clues to a real-world location hidden inside of another book. Clues that are meaningless to the characters, but meaningful to the readers. Not only did this stand out to me as a suspiciously meta moment, but it also got me to immediately think about the previous Fazbear Frights installment, Prankster. You see, in preparation for the release of Felix the Shark, I wanted to refresh myself on all the previous stories. There are 33 of these things, after all. It's a lot to keep track of. So I turned to another book, the recently released Ultimate Guidebook, which, if you don't know, has summaries of literally everything that's ever happened in the Freddy Fazbear universe.
It's true. It really is. It's very useful too.
The games, to the books, to the fan theories. Basically, if you're trying to catch up with the series quickly, it's definitely worth a read. And since this is the third and final addition to the book, one written by Scott Cawthon, you know that whatever is deemed most relevant for the lore is going to be called out within its pages. Anyway, each Fazbear Fright story has its own little summary page providing a general plot overview as well as a list of connections between the story and the games.
Yes.
Not everything here is useful, but it definitely gets you into the mindset of the authors, and it helps you see some of the connections that the stories were trying to make. Again, if it doesn't make the cut to appear in this book, you're likely barking down the wrong path. Likewise, if something is called out within these pages, it's at least worth considering when theory crafting. TLDR, as I was getting close to the end of my refresher course, I noticed this in the new lead section for the title story of Book 11, Prankster. Quote, some of the puzzle clues, such as Stinger Moot and even more frights, have implications beyond the plot. Careful readers may want to give these scenes a second look. Implications beyond the plot, you say? Just like with Felix the Shark, it appears that the Ultimate Guide is also pointing us to meta clues within a different book. Clues that are meant for us, the readers, rather than for the characters.
Alright, I'm interested.
So I went back to Prankster. In this story, the main character, Jeremiah, is trying to save his friends from a mysterious, glitchy voice that's freed its